Marvis, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You see, the phone that you have has a purpose. It doesn't cook for you. It has a phone, as in you can speak to your friends, your colleagues, your family, and so on. You might record speech and video. It may have a calendar. You may have a word processor. You can see the internet. It has a purpose.
No, this is an extension of my memory. Because this is recording and save it. My vision, it can record it and save it. Yeah? This is just a extension of my brain. Because in the future, this is going to be inside your brain. And you don't need anymore the phone. Because you're going to record it.
Does your phone do blood glucose testing?
Huh?
Does your phone do blood glucose testing? Like if I put my blood in there, would it tell me what's the BM?
They would now.
No, this phone.
Now, no, this phone.
Marvis. So that means the phone is specifically designed for certain purpose, not for blood testing, right? This phone is not designed for the purpose of blood glucose monitoring. My friend, Marvis,
is the whole of the vehicle.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, carry on.
This particular phone of yours, it is not designed for the purpose of doing blood glucose monitoring. That's for sure.
Okay.
Right? Good. So this phone has a purpose. What's the purpose of your glasses?
To squeeze my eyes. If I do that there, if I squeeze there, I don't need the glasses.
Does this tell you how much salt is in your food?
No.
It doesn't. So it has a specific purpose, which is to make you see things better. Right?
No, it doesn't make me feel better.
Make to see, to have your good vision. It improves your vision. Without the glasses, you see some in one way. With the glasses, you see in a better way.
Yeah, but it's my
Thank you.
It's my genetic who's actually making
my friend, I'm talking about the glasses. Your glasses is not designed likewise to measure blood glucose. It's not. So this has a specific purpose. Your shoes are designed also for a specific purpose. The purpose is to keep your feet comfortable when you walk. Maybe you will run, maybe you jog.
To get the dirt from the floor.
Yes, right. So is your shirt and your money bag wallet and your trousers, everything. Likewise, your body and the parts of your body, individual, like my hand. My hand doesn't taste things. It is not designed to taste. No. It's to grab things and so on, right? My ears.
Feel the stuff, yeah.
My ears don't taste food. How much salt in it? My ears are for balance and for hearing. I'm going to get to the point.
The
specific function.
The human body is perfect, he's saying.
No, that's why you have to hear my point. There are parts of my body or organs of my body, they have specific function, specific purpose. Put my whole body together. What is my or your specific purpose or function?
That's a difficult question.
I'm sure you know been asked before.
There's a lot of ways to explain that.
Do you agree there has to be a specific purpose? Every single part of my body, my heart muscles, the tissue, the cells that make that into a tissue of my heart, they're different from my liver. They're different from my kidney. So when during...
Human beings are very complex.
No. Listen.
Today, there's
Marvis,
lots of stuff.
Try to understand something. When I was only 1, 2 cells, became 4, 8, 16, and so on and so forth. These cells, as they multiplied, they eventually made collection of tissues, but they made different tissues. Tissues for the heart, tissues for the skin, tissues for the liver and kidney, and so on and so forth. They somehow knew to go there and aggregate and do this particular function. Our whole body demonstrates we must have a specific function and a purpose.
So if you got a perfect body, you need to say...
I didn't say our body is perfect.
So
our body is fit for purpose.
Tell me what to do.
We must have a specific function and a purpose as a body as a whole. We know this by even looking at individual parts. It's a logical extension to this reasoning. But how are we going to know? How are we going to know what this function is? Can you design or or decide rather, Marvis, the function of your ears to be testing how much salt or sugar in the food. You can't do that. You can't do that.
The purpose is now to go the conversation where you need to go there.
Do you want to summarize and then stop afterwards, inshallah? You cannot likewise decide the function and the purpose of your whole body. That means that decision is not yours. It needs to be told to you. It should be informed to you that the function of your body is this. Where are we going to find this from? This is where we're saying our Creator who created us and the environment to sustain ourselves and the whole cosmos.
Or you need to thinking about Him all the time. So you need to give Him something back, like a gift, or you need to thinking about Him all the time.
Let me give you an analogy.
I thinking myself to.
I'll give you an analogy. I'll give you an analogy to understand
what I can.
this giving. I'll give you an analogy. I'll give you an analogy. I'll give you an analogy to understand this point. Suppose now we both have this discussion and keep on walking on the discussion, and we are talking, walking, and then on there, I got run over by a car. Accident. May God forbid. You take me to the hospital. I'm unconscious. I needed blood, you gave me blood. Right? I wake up and I see you sitting next to me, and the nurses and doctor says, do you know what happened? You're almost about to die. He got you, called the ambulance, came into the ambulance, came in the hospital. You know, he's been looking after us throughout, and then he also gave blood. Now, what would be my natural response to you? Should I say, get lost, or is there a natural response? What is my natural? It was something that I should automatically say from all my heart and mind to you for what you've done. Do you know what the natural response is? What is it?
No, say.
What is it? I'm asking you.
No, we need to.
What should I say? So you're sitting there. You're sitting there.
But you're going out of.
No, it's important.
I understand why you put it.
This analogy will tell you in relation to us and our Creator. So when you see me waking up, it's not that you want me giving you £100 or £1,000 or something. The natural response is from my part, not that you want it. Remember, you did not do any of this because you wanted something from me. You did this out of your kind heart because you're a good person. You did this.
I will grow up with that.
Yeah.
Some people don't have a.
Look, what I'm saying is
the way you grow up.
When you, Marvis, when you saved my life, literally by all that steps, the reason you did this is because of the nature of who you are and your kindness. You are compassionate, kind, caring individual.
Teaching you how to save.
Wait. I'm getting to the point. Now, so you did not expect anything from me. It's not something that I have to do in return. But my natural response should be one of gratitude. I should say, when I realize all of this, Marvis, thank you very much for helping me and saving me. I should say this out of my own self, being thankful and grateful to you. My gratitude. Think about this now, analogy to.
I did my part.
No.
I did my part.
Yes,
if you say yes, thank
now,
you.
Now,
it doesn't matter.
Now I'm going to link this analogy to myself as a creation and to the Creator. The Creator did not just give me blood, give me everything else. The air and the oxygen and the food and the water and so on to circulate my blood all around, right, to the lungs and to the blood circulatory system to sustain my life. Now all of this, when the Creator gave me life to sustain my life and to live my life, and my natural response should be one of gratitude. I should say thank you. I should be grateful. And that is what we say.
Thank you to Him that I born to helping you.
No, I should say that I am here. Remember what I said. You asked
free to say. I can free to say. You can die then in front. If I can help you, I cannot.
Marvis, remember what you said.
My input
did
to
the
say
Creator?
Yes or no.
You're asking, in a way, did the Creator do all of this because He wants something from us? The answer is no. He doesn't need any one of us. In fact, we need our Creator. And our natural response is one of gratitude, and we should be thankful to God, our Creator. That's what I'm saying is, our Creator created us, and out of His mercy and justice, He also sent revelation, guidance. He raised human beings to be prophets and messengers to tell us what our purpose of life is. Remember I talked about what is the function and purpose of my whole body? The messengers tell us from God what that is. And that is, as Islam tells us in the Quran, that God, our Creator, created us to worship Him. Worship, the essence of it is to be thankful, to be grateful. So He created us to be grateful to Him. We need to be grateful, not that He needs us.
As well.
Of course, absolutely. We should be grateful to people. No, we should be grateful to people as well. But of course, the greater
double to others. Double because you don't know.
No, the greater right.
If I didn't know, you should be more grateful to others.
The greater right is to God, that He created all of us. Right? Someone helps me, like you helped me, I'm thankful to you, but I'm also thankful to God that He created you, and you were there at that point to help me.
The Creator who created the Creator is infinity stuff.
Okay.
So
when we say
it's too long,
no, it's not too long. It's all easy. I'll tell you how it's easy. When we understand,
but you feel better. If you say it's someone, you feeling better.
Let's understand
when
this
you
question.
Say a child that this is Spider-Man.
When you brought this question about who created God, and so on, is it that through infinity? This question can be settled quite easily.
So if you never had the chance to read a book, and he was grow up without any book, he was like living in the jungle. How did you find out there's a creator?
It's easy.
He was growing in a forest, let's say like a Tarzan, like I said.
Yeah, exactly.
With knowledge, zero knowledge.
I was going to actually even mention that point, but you did it because you are a critical-minded person. Precisely. If people grow up in an Amazonian jungle or a forest,
because I grew up in Italy,
I'm going to,
and I didn't get this different culture.
But your question,
I eating pasta, I eating pizza, I don't eat rice or anything else because the area is not this kind of knowledge.
The question that you asked is a very important and intelligent one. In fact, we use this question and a scenario for people to reflect on. What we say is this: even if you were brought up, say 5,000 years ago, in a Brazilian jungle or an Amazonian jungle, where there is no Christianity, there is no Islam through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and so on, right? There is no Hindus there is no Jewish people there. Even then, it is possible for us to come to the realization that, one, that there is a creator of this universe. Two, that this creator is one and only and absolute. Three, that we are created for a purpose. Four, we're going to die, we're not going to live anymore all the time. We will die, come to an end. And there has to be something after death. Because some people follow good ways and some people follow bad ways. The end destination cannot be the same. Justice demands that there has to be a day of reckoning. There has to be a day of judgment.
Someone can be selfish to think about only for himself.
And that's why
grow up and that's why it's genetic. Like
that is why
you are children and say, okay, do whatever you like in this planet.
Some people do that, and
so
that is why.
Do
you know what Islam says? Islam says don't be selfish. In fact, it says, you know, the wealth that you have.
Selfish in a way, not to thinking about others. I can still talk to others and if I'm selfish that it's me now. I grow up with my kids, the wife, and move on with my life.
Yeah, but you have to look after other people.
With the simple things, not to get too complicated, because life is very complicated.
To give you an example, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our Prophet said, you know, you are not even a believer that you go yourself fully fed and your neighbor starves to death in hunger. You're not even a believer. A believer has to make sure his neighbors don't die of starvation. Doesn't matter who your neighbor is. An atheist neighbor or a Christian neighbor or a Jewish neighbor, a Hindu neighbor, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a Muslim neighbor. Your neighbor is your neighbor. Our wealth that I was going to explain to you about, that we earn maybe thousands of pounds or millions of pounds, whoever you are, how rich you are.
No, it doesn't mean
our wealth is not. It's not all of our wealth. In Islam, the poor people and the needy have a right on our wealth. Right. I have to give 2.5% of my surplus wealth to the poor because it's theirs, belongs to them. That shows how Islam doesn't demand people become selfish. Islam wants to make everyone, come to whole humanity.
I didn't say selfish to have greedy with money.
money,
to think
wealth
about myself.
in
Not
society.
to go to the social buildings, like churches, mosques, or
No, I'm saying throughout.
Why?
You have to look after.
Just-
You have to look after everyone. By the way, if anyone's recording and we have children being recorded, can you blur it out, please? Yeah. This is for all the cameramans. If the children are in the camera, please blur it out afterwards before you publish. So if you're doing live, stop doing live because we have children here being in the camera. Is that right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. So what we are saying is, as we have spoken about the Creator, even in an Amazonian jungle, we can come to the conclusion that there's a Creator. And this Creator is one and only and absolute. We can come. Your question earlier on, as you
like
said.
to discover, of course.
No. When you say come to the
When you go to the
conclusion,
city, you want to discover the city.
it's okay.
Because you can't think about how it's the same road.
We can conclude by reasoning. Excuse me. What we're saying is, your question that you said about who was created by a creator and so on, that
the silly
it is
question.
exactly. There's no need to answer that. Fine. So ultimately,
We need to sit at the table and have a nice
ultimately, we will come to the realization that there is one creator who is absolute, independent, one, and unique. Not someone who is born, not someone who produces children, and not someone who is like us. You know what I described? Chapter 112 of the Quran, the book that God gave to His final messenger. This is what it says. I'll tell you in Arabic and tell you the translation. In fact, I've told you already. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Say, God, He is one, only, and unique. Allahu samad. He is absolute, eternal, independent. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He is not born and he doesn't produce offspring and children. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. And there is none like unto him whatsoever in any way comparison. Any way you want to compare, there's nothing like unto God. That is what we talk about the Creator. This, please. Can you leave her alone, please? Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. We are saying the concept of God, our Creator, the Quran provides, your heart and your mind will be happy with it, content and satisfied with it. And this is what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who came 1,400 years ago, 1,400 years.
Only.
No. Being the last of the messengers on the prophets. There were many other prophets and messengers who were sent to all nations in the past, but people corrupted the message. So he was sent as the final messenger with the finality of the message of Islam, meaning pure submission to God, our Creator. So that is the Quran. So I invite you to read about his life, his mission, his message, and read the Quran. And when you read the Quran, you will see how it engages with you, telling you about your purpose in life.
I'm happy like I am. That's the problem. And I don't need nothing at all. Because if I'm like that today, because I don't reading stuff.
What happens when we die?
That's the problem.
Where do we go after we die?
The day is going to come for everyone. Don't choose even your death.
After that what happens?
Some people say, I'm going to do this before I die, and maybe I'm going to go in a different dimension.
Marvelous. Imagine I just want you to imagine, if we are created for a particular purpose, remember what we said, we must have a specific purpose, and we did not fulfill that. It's like this. You and I going to an examination hall, and then we don't know what paper is being examined. Is it quantum mechanics, or is it astrophysics, or is it simple biology? We don't know. And then we will fail the exams. And what is the consequence of failing the exams? If we fail the exam of our life, we cannot blame our Creator. We have to blame ourselves that not only we did not seek and search for what the purpose of life was, and we did not even fulfill it. So in the hereafter, which is a reality, this life is not the only life.
If I wasn't open-minded,
then we'll be at a loss.
I wasn't here to talk to you. That's the things. Because I'm
you are open-minded. You are my friend.
That's what I'm speaking with
my friend. You are open-minded.
If
you
I was
are a nice person.
Mind,
you are a critical person.
I was believing something very strictly. I wasn't even
Exactly.
I wasn't even coming here.
Exactly, Marvis.
I was so discovering new
Everyone who will listen to you would know you are open-minded, and not only that, you're critical. The questions that you brought is critical thinking. So you're critically appraising things. So what we're saying is we are just making that extension for you. Please take that logical step forward.
Lost yet. When somebody's lost, maybe try to get a friendship or maybe read a book because you feel alone. Maybe you feel lost, like feeling lost. But at the moment, I'm not feeling lost. So I'm very strong, and my mind is very strong. So I don't feel any parts of any situation at the moment.
What if?
Because I'm still evolving with my mind. Because I'm not child anymore.
What if?
So
What if we expire? I'm just using the language so that children don't.
Yeah.
What if we expire tomorrow? Right? Then we would not have fulfilled our purpose because we haven't even found out, right? According to you, we would not have found out our purpose. That means we would have failed in the objective of our purpose. That means in the hereafter.
It's not a race.
It's not about race.
It's not a race to get older. It's the way how to live every single day.
But do you not consider it is wiser and more responsible to find out
but more
the
wise
true purpose?
you get, more trouble you get
about
in your
the
life.
purpose. About the
Sometimes
purpose.
it's better be stupid and you have a normal life than ever be wise and thinking about lots of things at once.
Do you really feel that you want to
Because
gamble
they
your
say
life?
more people intelligent they are, more difficult they are to fall asleep. Can you believe? Because you got so many things coming in your brain and you can't even sleep. That's the scientist things they say. I'm not taking seriously that, but some people they got difficulty. Some people they can sleep straight away. Like when you close the eyes, people they can switch it off. Just imagine when you know you need to fly somewhere else, or you got a nice meeting or whatever. You got difficulties. Your brain is active, so you know that it's something that you want to do it. But when your life is very meaningless, you don't even thinking about it. You're just falling down and sleep and everything like that, and you wake up and you do the same things over and over. But why are you disturbing him? If he's happy like that and he's not disturbing no one and he's doing his life, that's it.
So
you don't need to
basically-
give him some extra because if you tell him the burger is better than another place, I say no, I'm happy with that. No, but it's better, maybe even cheaper. Oh yeah, okay, I'll go. So if he's happy with that, just leave him like that.
So if someone is happy
But if
with
it's
their
health,
lives,
yes. If it's about health, if it's somebody smoking, let's say smoke is bad. Now we know smoke is bad. So tell him, but don't say like.
I want to just explain to you one final concept: the concept of heaven and hell. Hellfire.
This is another story.
No. When you say story, the creator who created us
But we
created us.
It's in hell as well.
I'm explaining.
Is it ground floor?
I'm explaining.
Is it up? Is it
I'm
another
explaining.
planet? Is it Mars?
I'm explaining.
You don't want to be there, bro.
Now, the
Already going
creator,
to PlayStation. Already going there.
creator who created us created it without free will, and inevitably some people will not exercise their free will accordingly and appropriately. They will
Whatever,
be
I'm
arrogant.
gonna fight. I'm
They
gonna
will.
fight for my right.
They will
Even
not.
there.
They will not fulfill the objective of their life, and because of the justice of our Creator, they will end up in this hellfire, which is eternal torment, punishment, and suffering. Now, no one
This is very scary.
should go there.
It is very
No one would like to go there, and we don't want anyone to go there. We cannot gamble our life and take that risk of
But
going
even
to
a cold
hellfire.
place, is very scary.
Please.
Even cold is very scary.
Yes, I know. What I'm
Like
saying
a
is,
nice,
how can you feel happy?
minus 50. I want to see how you
Think
feel.
about this. How can you feel happy knowing that you don't know when we're going to expire? That means we don't know whether fulfilling our purpose of our life is, and gambling and risking our life in the hereafter that we might end up in this nasty place, the hellfire of torment and suffering. Do you really feel happy to make that gamble? If you have a chance to, look, in Islam we don't gamble at all, full stop. There is no gambling, right?
So, but if you
wait, I want to make one example. We don't gamble, but I'm going to give you a scenario for gambling, right? Imagine in a gambling, the probability of you winning is 1 in a billion, trillion chance, right? You've got all of this chance of getting it, no win, loss, only one chance to write. Mathematically, that's like almost impossible, right? And the game is this: either if you win, you have your children and your family, and if you lose, they will be all in the electric chair. You know what it means, right? Would you gamble Would you be happy to gamble, knowing that the probability of you winning is this? The risks are so great. I would never gamble like this, even though we don't gamble, but I'm saying conceptually, the risk is so high. I would be scared. I would not be happy. The hereafter, about the hellfire, that you will suffer and be burned eternally with no end, never to come out, eternally, not 1 year, not 1 million years, not 1 billion years, not 1 zillion years, not 1 trillion years, not 1 Googleplex years. How big is the number? It's for eternity with no end. That destination, imagine there, do we really want to gamble our life? I want to leave you with this thought. Think about it, my friend. If you think that is quite serious for you to reflect on it, then pick up a Quran and read it and see what it says about you. Shall we leave it to that?
Let's leave it like that.
All right. Thank you, my friend Morris. Nice talking to you. Take care.